I'm going to give you the exact three-phase method that I follow to be able to improve youth speed and their overall speed mechanics. Let's get into it. Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Barner here from Overtime Athletes. So for today's video, I want to address a question that I get a ton of, right? And that's how to develop speed in youth athletes, and more so, how to improve their young athletes' actual speed mechanics, right? And it's a common question that I get that I think can be misperceived, because there is a lot of speed trainers out there that are going to administer a lot of drills with their youth athletes. And what actually happens is long-term, it can actually make the athlete, take them out of their natural ability to sprint and run, which all of us humans have innately within us. And then they end up creating inefficient motor patterns that end up messing them up. They out-coach themselves, and then that leads to a slower athlete. Now, it's important to understand that a lot of those mechanical drills that we're performing with elite level athletes, they cross off a lot of boxes that allow us to be able to instill those motor patterns and make them more efficient in the running. Whereas when you're dealing with a youth athlete, you're taking a completely different approach. Let's get into it. So number one, the reason why most athletes display bad sprinting mechanics, especially at the youth level, is because they have a deficiency in strength. Right? It's not inefficient movement with their sprint, it's deficiency in their strength. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to build up their absolute and their relative strength, right? So absolute is essentially increasing their overall amount of resistance they can push. Now, this doesn't mean in the form of a overall back squat. I'm not loading up an 8-year-old with a 1 rep max. No, what it could mean though is performing some of those basic patterns like your squat, hinge, lunge, but more so being able to push and pull heavy sleds is going to be really beneficial to the athlete. Now, on the relative side, this is just relative to their own body weight. As an athlete continues to grow, especially at certain ages, we want to make sure that as they hit those growth spurts, as they increase their weight, they maintain a certain level of relative strength to their own body weight. So how we address that is actually our jump training and our overall plyometrics and low level to then be able to get, again, a steady dose of our relative and elastic strength. Number two are going to be actual sprinting drills. Now, these drills aren't going to come in the form of mechanics. We're actually working a specific sequence of motor patterns that are a little bit more technical. What I want to do is I want to regress down to the most basic fundamentals and have that athlete perform them with the intent, focus, and all-out effort. Drills such as high knee or piston run, butt kick runs, or even high knee butt kick runs are simple 3 fundamentals that we can really drill with an athlete to be able to perform at a high velocity, so they're making sure that they're firing up that nervous system as they're developing that strength on the backside. And number 3 is the most basic, but it comes from one of my favorite coaches of all time, Charlie Francis. And what he says is how you get faster is you sprint longer distances at higher velocity. So what this means is have your youth athlete out there and actually performing sprints at a high level, 100 yards, things of that nature, anything over 50, and compound some of that volume. You get them doing that in a straight line and you address that strength and simple drills, you're going to overall get that youth athlete faster. So number one takeaway when it comes to youth athlete strength is as that strength increases, it actually fixes the mechanics without performing any drills whatsoever. Sorry to burst your bubble if you were looking at a lot of these, single leg cycling drills, some of the things that you see with some elite athletes. But if I really wanted to increase the speed of a youth athlete, this is the exact method that I follow. I hope that helps. Hey, if you guys are interested in a full youth performance program, go ahead and check out the link down below. I'll see you guys next time.